Hello folks, the old deplorable basket case here. So a New Zealander, going by the name Peter Neal, left an earlier comment, and I made a response video to that, and he commented on that video asking me for a few more questions. So here we go again. So Mr. Neal writes, okay, yeah, I was very wrong about the historical side note, and for that I will apologize. Thank you. I wouldn't make an issue about it, but I am a history buff, and it was painful. On the healthcare thing, would a state-by-state adoption of a form of single-payer be acceptable to an average Joe conservative? No. Single-payer is not acceptable to an average Joe conservative, even if it's a state-by-state. A public option on a state-by-state basis would be acceptable to an average Joe conservative. I made a video about that. I'll give you a link, and I'll put a link in the comment section below. I can see how a monolithic single-payer system might not work for everyone in a country with issues as varied as the U.S. On a similar note, why is cutting funding to Planned Parenthood a big thing amongst Republicans? It isn't. It was, it's not anymore. We've moved on to other things. I thought the Hyde Amendment made sure that no federal funding went towards abortion anyway. Yes, it's no longer a big thing. Going to other parts of conservative doctrine that I can't really get my head around, why is the environment such a non-issue for many Republicans? Even without getting into the climate debate, I believe climate change is a thing that needs to be addressed. Green tech and green energy should be a plus for people wanting to wean the U.S. off oil, or at least reduce the amount needed every year, and for people wanting job growth in new sectors. Yeah, the thing is, it's not a big thing politically. We don't think that the government should be involved in that kind of thing, not unless there is a clear and present need for the government to become involved. There are people in the U.S. and lots of places who are creating new green technologies, who are creating new ways of producing energy without the government getting involved, without government pressure. And we see that going on, we say, okay, this is happening. The government does not need to be involved, so let's not involve politics in it. Going back to my points about the economy, because New Zealand is a product export-based economy, protectionism isn't really a position here. Okay, fair enough. There were two reasons I personally was dissatisfied with the TPP. The first, that it would have allowed other countries, China, to dodge some of the environmental protections that are imposed on foreign businesses, in this case shipping. Good reason. The other reason was that it would have effectively legalized certain anti-consumer business practices, such as the region coding on content and content players. Okay, fair enough. Moving on to the Middle East, and specifically the Israel-Palestine conflict. From over here, it seems that both sides are at fault, and that no one can have a legitimate debate without being accused of anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, or being a fanatic for either side. Well, there certainly are people who will call you that, whatever position you take. Look at America, though, it seems pretty split along party lines, the whole one-state, two-state solution. Is this actually the case, or is there a gray area? Well, actually, in America, support for Israel used to be a very bipartisan issue. There's a very rather sudden change over the past decade or so. Now it is very strong split along party lines. You're not wrong there. Are there gray areas? Yeah, there are gray areas. It depends on the issue. Depends on who you talk to. There are elements in the generally pro-Palestine side who would not support certain things that are being done by certain people in the Palestinian groups, and there are people who are on the generally pro-Israel side who are also opposed to certain things done here in Israel. So. It is generally split along party lines, but there are gray areas. Looking forward to your counterpoints and responses. Cool. Well, here they are. Thank you for commenting. I do appreciate it. And also, thank you for answering my questions. I now know more than I did before, and that is a clear win. So, that's it. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you want my opinions on anything, you want me to talk about anything, I'd be very happy to. Just ask. And that's all. Have a good day, and God bless.